Today's June 17th. Welcome back to Majora's Mask. We have no masks, ironically. So, what is this? What is this? Is this really Majora's Mask? Or is this just Majora? So, this is just Majora. I really like these, tall flowers that kind of surround this child. You notice that they're almost like lilies or whatever, and they're surrounding this child, but nowhere else. So... Mario's Mystery Meats is a ROM hack that exists. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Are you ready? You're the bad guy, and when you're bad, you just run. That's fine, right? Shall we play? Oh my gosh. This game does know how to do psychological horror, at least on a very kind of light level. It's not Doki Doki Literature Club. So I wanted to show off this Fierce Deity mask because it's basically a reskin of Adult Link from Ocarina of Time, just with some really cool makeup and stuff, with some pretty cool clothes, white hair, etc., etc., totally whited out eyes, I think, and the Adult Link kind of voice, maybe pitch altered a little bit, I don't know, but he has this really incredible sword that I believe the sword shoots beams, and you get it at this point if you do all the mini dungeons and if you defeat all the kids. So there you go, there's me showing off the functionality of the Fierce Deity sword and how it shoots sword beams. But I just wanted to do that just to show it off because I got it, because I went to the trouble of doing the 4 child dungeons, the 4 mini dungeons on the moon, to just at least show it off. This exists, this works, and then do the rest of the fight normally, because I kind of consider the Fierce Deity mask cheating, which is funny. You go to all that trouble of getting it, and then you get it, and you consider it cheating. This fight is always very frustrating for me, so I always have a lot of trepidation going into this fight. And clearly I'm not protecting myself very well against the shots from the different masks and Majora's. I have 20 hearts with double defense, but this fight is still proving to be difficult for me. And I was like, well, what do I do? So, yeah, before I did this fight, I looked up a strategy, and I found this video that where the guy beats Majora's Mask, this whole fight in 6 minutes or 7 minutes or something, under 7 minutes, probably. Something quick like that. And what he does is he uses the Zora Mask, because the Zora Mask, oh yeah, when you talk to Tattle, it's kind of unhelpful. She just says, remember your battles. The Zora Mask has those, boomerangs that go around. So there you go, I stunned it finally, but it was too quick. I needed to stun it and then shoot it with an arrow. The thing is, when you get the Fierce Deity mask, you can see the Zora Mask icon is grayed out, because they expect you to get the Fierce Deity mask and use it. Where I'm stuck in the predicament of, I'm trying to 100% the game, so of course I'm gonna do the last 4 dungeons and get all the pieces of heart and everything. But I'm not gonna use the Fierce Deity mask, because I consider that cheating. So I had a really hard time. TLDR, I had a really a hard time with this fight, and it took me a really long time. So I have plenty of time to chew the fat, to talk about random stuff, to talk about the trippy wall texture, I guess, maybe, I don't know, if I feel like talking about it. Yeah, this is Majora's Mask. It's a mask that flies around, and it has those Lion King style hair. I don't know why I said Lion King style. Okay, I think while it's doing that, you can shoot it with an arrow and stun it. This is making me wish I watched this video and edited out of some minutes of it, because this was a frustrating fight for me, and going back and watching it is a little bit frustrating too. So I was like, oh, there goes my first red potion. I've spent 5 minutes on this boss and not done that much. Well, less than 5 minutes, probably 4 minutes. Oh, nice audio. It's very hard. Maybe I'm just not good at this game, but it's very hard for me to like aim it consistently. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, stun. Stun again, or just slash the crap out of it. Cool. So are those little things coming out of the mask teeth or arms or what? And is that its hair? Or is that its soul? It's the shredded remains of the souls of Dark Souls, clearly. So I'm in a very weird mood. Come on, stupid Majora's Mask. So being in a weird mood, I watched some John Oliver this morning, which was very sobering about the time that we're living in, and made me want to be active and do something about it. I also watched a video from older. There we go. Okay, I might have to put off that story, because here's the best phase of the fight. Excuse me? This music is awesome. Bang, 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 bang. This phase is also probably the easiest. So yeah, Majora's Incarnation moonwalks. It runs around crazy. It does this Russian trepak dance, or Cossack dance, or whatever you want to call it. And it makes the kind of, for lack of a better word, chicken sounds when it runs around. It's like... Anyway, that's enough of that sound. For fear my neighbors hear me and wonder what's going on. Oh, come on. I'm going to destroy you with the Great Fairy Sword. Just give me a chance to. Also, Majora's Incarnation studies ballet, which ballet is tough. What's it doing there? That's totally incomprehensible to me. It's inconceivable. Yeah, ballet is tough, so I give it props for being classically trained. If you would just let me kill you and stop shooting me with those stupid lasers. So that is by far the easiest phase of the fight. And now it grows muscles and a head. And 2 massive whips. And this music is pretty cool. This music is pretty cool, I will admit. So you basically just have to stun it while it's not whipping you, but I had a very hard time with this phase of the fight. So back to my other story. I was watching a John Oliver video from 10 months ago about the autocrat of Turkmenistan and how he's obsessed with horses and with Guinness World Records. So the folks at Last Week Tonight with John Oliver literally went for the world record of the largest marble cake with a horse on it. Because apparently it's a thing for like autocrats to be obsessed with random Guinness World Records, like largest statue of a horse. It's like, good for you. It's very kind of childlike. This freaking Majora's Mask is like it gets you just like it hits you once and then you're locked into a pattern where like Link is stunned and then you can't get back up and defend yourself. You have like half a second to defend yourself or less, and like you see here, I'm getting hit over and over and over again, and I can't do a darn thing about it, which is very annoying. So the most important thing is for me was just to like get my shield out as soon as I can. And oh my gosh, what is more infuriating than seeing this freaking boss like get out its whip, fling you across the room again and again and again, and you can't do a darn thing about it. It's so, this is very frustrating. This is very aggravating. But, I mean, Majora's Mask is a pretty bad dude, or woman, or if we decide that it's a female deity power, or whatever it is. It is the divine feminine. No, I won't get into that. I've spent the last week making friends, or at least acquaintances, with a group of people, and one of them was a girl who talked for a long time about astrology and horoscopes and witchcraft and the divine feminine and the age of Aquarius, and it was kind of entertaining just because she was a very entertaining person, but like she like talked more than the rest of us. Anyway, that's not saying anything to... I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. I was like, can I at least get close enough to Majora's Wrath to get in a decent sword swipe? And then I was like trying to figure out, well, when is the best time for me to shoot an arrow and stun it? Clearly, oh my gosh, it's kicking me. Okay. It's there, it's just dangling its whip. It's waiting for me to do something, but I don't know. Okay, here's where I paused, so maybe I should edit that out. No, I shouldn't, because I didn't pause for very long. Yeah, Tattle, you're not very helpful in this situation. Yeah, I am trying to shoot it. I'm trying my best. I tried again. Shots fired. Oh my gosh, I hate the whip attack, which is every attack in this. It's very high shrieks, which, that's why I think, oh, finally. Holy crap, finally. Take some of that Great Fairy Sword. So apparently Majora's Mask has Beyblades, or fidget spinners, or whatever the popular thing is now. I remember when Beyblades were popular when I was like 10. I was like, Beyblades? That's such a stupid name, but there you go. That I remembered it for its stupid name. So here I stunned it, and then I think I just get blocked by one of these stupid Beyblades. And I was like, darn it, I hate this fight and these stupid Beyblades. So maybe I can just... Oh, well, one of them exploded. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm starting to not suck, and I'm running out of arrows, seriously. Very seriously. And that's another thing in this fight, like, it's very stressful when they just don't give you refills of arrows. I think the very last time I played this game and beat this final boss, which was years ago, I was so frustrated with this stupid phase of the fight, and I ran out of arrows, and the pots in the room just didn't give me enough freaking arrows. Oh, there's where I got blocked by the Beyblade. That was fantastic. Yeah, I had Majora's Wrath perfectly stunned, just waiting for me, and then like, no, here's a Beyblade with an eye, because this is Majora's Mask and everything's weird and creepy. And I can't tell. Yeah, these things are exploding and regenerating, so it's double the fun. So I'm just trying to have my shield out constantly and shoot it at an opportune time. Is this the end? Yes! That is... Oh my gosh. That is like the worst final boss fight ever. So next time I'm playing this, I'm just gonna say I'm going for it. I'm using the Fierce Deity Mask. It's not cheating. This Majora deserves that after all that it's put me through over the years of playing this game. So, oh, finally. So, after all this, we think that the moon is going to be okay. The moon's going to be okay. The moon's not going to crash into us. And we get a rainbow. A double rainbow. All the way. Wow. Or maybe that's the reading rainbow. I miss reading rainbow. Oh man, even Boss Man from the construction workers is impressed. Or maybe not impressed. He's just doing that same exact head roll and then opening his chin wide. His jaw. For again. Dawn of a new day. What could be in store?